how did this countless multitude come to salvation? I mean, we're told, in fact, there's a question asked, who are these guys in the white robes with the palm branches? And, oh, these are the ones that came out of the tribulation, that came to salvation. Question, how did they come to salvation in the midst of this 7-year tribulation? Answer, the 144,000 Jews. That's who God would choose to use, the 144,000 Jews. That's how. Now, later on in Revelation, we're also going to be introduced to the two witnesses, much in the way of speculation as to who they are. But God's going to use these two witnesses, the 144,000, and an angel that is spreading the everlasting gospel to the uttermost parts of the earth during the 7-year tribulation. It is believed, and as one said, that the greatest revival in human history will take place during the 7-year tribulation. And it bears out in our text today, where we're told that you can't even count them, countless multitudes of people. Now, this can be used against us sometimes when we're sharing the gospel, because after the rapture, which is before the 7-year tribulation, this would suggest that I still have a chance to get saved. You do. But you should ask them this question. If you're not willing to live for Christ before the tribulation, what makes you think that you would be willing to die for Christ in the tribulation? Because these multitudes were martyred, beheaded, because they rejected the Antichrist and they accepted Jesus Christ. So be careful with that one. I've been in situations where someone has taken me to task on this. And it's almost like they're looking, and you maybe heard it like this. Well, I'm going to wait and, right up to the last minute. And if I start seeing things, like you're saying are going to happen, then I'll get saved. You know what they're really saying is, I want to have fun now before I get pure and holy when I get saved, because Christians' lives are boring. That's the real issue, by the way, that you need to address and overcome, because they have a picture painted in their mind on the canvas of their heart that Christianity is restrictive. And nothing could be further from the truth, right? So that's who God chooses and uses. Now, there's a second part to this question, and it's, what did it take for this countless multitude to come to salvation? Answer, in a word, tribulation. Before we move on, and it ties into the second one, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say that if we're honest with ourselves, and I'll include myself in this, that we go to great extents to stay out of a trial. We fight against God when it comes to trials and tribulation and hardship and pain and suffering. And we certainly don't like verses like John 16:33, where Jesus said, in this world you will have tribulation, trouble. I wish it didn't say will. I wish it said something like, there's a chance you might have some tribulation, some trials, some difficulty. No, you will have tribulation in this world. It's a fallen world. You will have tribulation, but cheer up. Be of good cheer. Why? Because I have overcome the world. So, tribulation can actually be your friend. Maybe this is a word for somebody. Stop fighting it. Start embracing it. You know how it is when you go through a very difficult season in your life and you come out of the thing and you're on the tail end of the thing and you say to yourself, man, I never want to go through that again, but I would never trade what God taught me in that trial for anything. Isn't that just like us? Listen, Lord, I want you to teach me that, but can we skip the trial part? I think about Isaiah. He chooses and uses the furnace of affliction to refine us. See, I don't like that verse. Because that sounds very hot and painful and hard and difficult. And is there another way you can refine me? No, why does it have to be the furnace of affliction? Because, see, the furnace of affliction brings out all of the impurities like the goldsmith with the gold. And it has to be heated up because that's the only way to make you pure and get those things that have taken up residence in your life that are destroying your life. I got to get them out and get rid of them before they destroy you. So, how am I going to do it? Well, I got to, like the potter and the clay.